All right, on a scale of 1 to 10, how emotional are you?
I try to think I'm very logical because I try to think I'm not human. Human and emotional being, so I'd say 10. But I don't cave in my feelings. It's something I had to learn since I was little. Never to cave in my feelings because it never helped. So how emotionally attached do I get? I'd say like a 6.
Ooh, that's a
How
good
much
balance.
how much do I express my emotions? 10 out of 10.
All the time.
10 out of 10. Like I used to like when I was a lot younger, I used to like, you know what, somebody do something that pissed me off, it's like, alright, fuck it. But now you do something that's pissed me off, I'll talk about it. I want to have a conversation about it. You know, I want to find a way to move forward or to move apart.
Mm.
And to like, I'm very emotional when it comes to like talking about my feels, which is something that's helped my music a lot.
So for somebody who don't drink or smoke, you talk about drugs a lot in your music or make drug reference.
A few times.
Because you talked about
what's
drowning
some-
in Adderall a few times.
Yeah.
Adderall is not really considered a
Based on how much you
drug.
use it, it can be.
You said
I went to school with white people.
Everything is a drug. The Adderall line doesn't really. Okay, so here's something about my music also. It's not always directly about me. And I'm gonna break it down like this for you in that verse, and then you're gonna understand it now. So the chorus is two hooks. It's supposed to be repetitive, but because it was so offbeat, like we were saying, we make shit work. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make this part about the person and this part about the me. So when I said slowly losing me, but I'm holding on, drowning in my pain, it's all matter of taking all these pills, I might just OD. Oh no, well I need some more. Like that part is not even about love. It's about somebody that I know, like when I was in college, and somebody that like I was messing with when I was in college, and it's like they need Adderall to focus. Like it's like they were doing pharmacy. Like a girl, she's doing pharmacy, but like she kind of have like ADHD, so she had to take Adderall all the time. So it's like she doesn't like it, but she has to.
It's a difference when you have to
Yeah.
compared to when you have to. You're doing it by
Yeah.
choice.
So now listen. Now listen to this. So I said, slowly losing me, but I'm holding on. Drowning in my pain, it's all matter of taking all these pills, I might just OD. Oh no. Well, I need some more. And then it goes through all my life. I've been chasing dreams. So after I said that, I'm like, you know what? I'm referencing this person, but then I want to talk about myself. But then it didn't line up. So I was like, you know what? After when I need some more, let me make it personal about myself. That's why I said, well, I need some more. Fell in love again, then she tear me down. Got another boo, she won't call me back. Singing all these songs like I'll be okay. Nah, won't be okay. Well, I need someone. So I made a verse about myself so I could do the first verse. And then that first chorus, I put it back to the second verse to talk about the person.
So you basically
And then I was like, yo, she a smoochie. Yeah, I know it.
so basically you're saying your song and your music have some type
Sometimes.
of resolution to it.
Yeah.
I understand why you
And you are the resolution.
Why you do singles now.
What?
I get the singles thing now because you put so much into one song.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like just now, you explained for about 3 minutes one small part of the song.
That's what I'm saying. He makes simple shit deep.
Everything's for a reason.
You should have seen
I
how
hear
many verse I wrote to Champagne Wishes. At least 5 verse for like the second verse.
Really?
Yes.
That didn't make the cut.
I was like, no. It's not because it's not good. There was a verse I wrote that was too emotional. I didn't want to share something like that. I wasn't comfortable. I wasn't in a comfortable space to share that verse. And there's another verse that was just like, it was more like shots. I was throwing shots at somebody. Not rap beef. But
Yeah,
like,
but it's like it's too personal.
yeah. And there's another verse that like I like the rhythm, but I didn't like the cadence and like the way it was flowing. And there was another verse where it's like I wrote it, but I felt like I could do better.
You a nitpicky ass motherfucker.
I am, bro. And like in all my songs, I like to leave space of like if somebody is listening to this song, they're like, you know what? This is not like a Kendrick Lamar bar, but this is deeper than that. Because if you really listen to it, bro, it's deeper than that. I say a lot of shit that's like basic and could fly over your ears, but then when I break the lyric down to you, then you're gonna be like, damn. Because I was like, all my life I've been chasing dreams. No one's there when the sorrow beams. That got nothing to do with love.
Have nothing to do with love.
Because if you think about it like this, it's like, fell in love again, then she tear me down. Got another boo when she... And then I go to no one's there when the sorrow beams. It's a lonely road when you aim for the shore.
So even
So
when
it's like fell in love again. It's like all my life I've been chasing dreams. No one's there when the sorrow beams. Lonely road when you aim for the shore. It's like there's nobody there to help you when you're going through some shit. You could go to therapy, but therapy don't help when the pain still burns. You know what I'm saying?
When
you
out
go
of
to an
therapy.
active
You have to
therapy.
go through it alone, and it goes back to the part where I was telling you, like when you go through depression or whatever, it's just a phase. Like today you could feel good, and tomorrow you're gonna feel good, but that doesn't mean because you don't feel good today, the tomorrow's not gonna be better. No one's there when the sorrow beams.
And plus, I learned from like a physics standpoint is whenever the sun shines too long, it has to rain eventually.
Exactly.
Yep.
The drought is coming. If
Like,
the drought
it's
is coming,
like-
rain
You
comes
have
after.
to. Like, there's literally that's the balance.
And you know what else also works for that? They said the darkest, right after the darkest part of the night, you know what comes after?
The
Brightest
brightest
part
day.
of the day.
Dawn. Dawn.
You're right.
Dawn.
You're right.
Before like even like the brightest sunlight comes.
You're right.
So that's why I'm telling you the stages of shit. Just because it's sunny right now doesn't mean like few seconds it can't be dark.
But that's why I changed
Solar
my
eclipse
search.
happen. And then let's go back to like the whole deep lyrics things. Cause when I said I lay flat on my back staring at my spaceship. Remember the song you said is your favorite song?
Yeah.
I lay flat on my back staring on my spaceship. I see stars in the cloud, fell in love with the darkness. Like the lyrics are deeper, but it's simple. If you really listen. Like I lay flat on my back staring on my spaceship. I'm not talking about no ship. I'm talking about somebody that's like on top of me. Not necessarily in a sexual way, but like
But they're
I'm looking
taking
at
you
you.
to another dimension.
Exactly.
They're
Not really. I lay flat on my back staring on my spaceship. I never want to lay flat on my back.
Why?
Because when you lay flat on your back, you're down.
Ooh. Facts.
And then I said, I see stars in the cloud. I fell in love with the darkness. When you see a star, there's a dark part to it.
You only can see the stars when it's dark
dark
anyway.
outside.
Yes. But what happens when you don't see this, when you don't look at the star, but you fell in love with the darkness? Is because I said, I lay flat on my back standing on my spaceship, meaning I'm like in the
You're
place
down.
where it's like, this person or this thing is holding me back.
Yeah, you're down.
And I'm seeing my future, but I'm also falling in love with the stage that I'm in at the moment. It's like, I'm not, like, it's like I can't take my craft seriously because I'm in love or I love this person and they don't want me to do certain stuff. So I lay flat on my back standing on my spaceship, like meaning I'm defeated because there's somebody on top of me. I'm staring on my spaceship. The person is my spaceship. I see stars in the cloud. This is my future. This is where I want to be. I want to be among the stars. But I'm falling in love with the darkness because the spaceship is dark. It can't be as bright as the star.
Facts. And you think
And
this
I'm telling you, it's a solar eclipse. Took my breath away. It's like I'm between light and darkness.
darkness. And you
So I'm
literally
like, the sky is falling. Adrenaline is rushing. And like, I gotta do something now because like it feels like I'm being overwhelmed as I'm laying flat on my back. But when you just straight up listen to our lyrics, you're like,
just
okay,
sounds good.
it just sounds. It sounds like it makes sense. But then like, it sounds simple. But when you think about it, like laying flat on your back, when you're defeated, think about wrestling. I was a wrestler, and that's where the lyric come from. I lay flat on my back. You as a
Never-
wrestler, you don't want to go to sleep on your back. You never like if you're in the gym, you don't do nothing on your back.
because you want to build
anytime you're
that
on your back-
mentality.
You're pinned. It's over. Game over. So when I'm telling you, I lay flat on my back, standing on my spaceship, like you're on top of me. Like you holding me back from like
You at
you
my-
don't want to stare at your spaceship. You want to be in your
And I'm in
spaceship.
my
Oh,
most-
so
most
your back
vulnerable
is turned
space.
to her back
No.
is turned to the stars while you're looking at
I'm
it,
looking
but
at
because
her.
she's right in front of you, she's holding you back all the way
Yes.
from it.
That's why I fell in love with the darkness because the spaceship is
She's
the
the
darkness.
eclipse.
No, the solar eclipse is the fact that like there's a light behind the darkness.
And that's what I'm saying. She's like the version of the eclipse.
And if
Yeah.
she
she's
get-
forming the
And
eclipse.
if she get
Yes.
up, she will reveal the light.
That's why I was like, the sky is falling, adrenaline is rushing in. Like everything's coming together. Like there's so much pressure on me. It's like I gotta make a decision. Adrenaline kicks in. When adrenaline kicks in, you gotta. Like it's time to go or it's time to like just.
so it's more
adrenaline
like a
gives you
personal ultimatum.
Yeah.
So he's like, all right.
So like that verse, the reason why it's my favorite song, the song is my favorite song. It's because it's so simple that like you might not feel it, but if I ever get the chance to talk to you about the song, you're gonna understand what I mean by like I lay flat on my back, standing on my spaceship. I see stars on the cloud, fell in love with the darkness. It's a solar eclipse, took my breath away. The sky is falling, adrenaline is rushing, and then I said, I don't see nobody ahead of me when you're laying on top of me. I literally just broke it down like the same shit I just said in like
It's
a
just
different
that.
way. It's like reading a storybook and then like your teacher started explaining it. It's like I don't see no one ahead of me when you're laying on top of me.
So everything you say have purpose. There's no random bar
I
that you ever
don't
throw
do
out
random
there.
bars. I do quality, not quantity. I don't rush my music. I take my craft very seriously because like if I'm in a room, I could tell you about every single thing and why every single thing is like that. I just broke down two different songs for you.
Yes.
And if we go into Already now, and then it's a whole different story. Because the first part already is about me being like, you know what, fuck that bitch. And then the other part is like, damn, nah, I'm just playing. Because I'm like, she don't want my love, but I hit it already. Said she want to fuck, and I'm feeling so ready. Ocean in my tide, and I'm swimming so steady. She ain't for the street, she don't got too many. Jenny off the block, and I mean it. And be like, I already fuck, I don't got a trip. But then I was like, don't leave me alone, or cast me aside. Keep calling my phone, I'm feeling your vibes. You making me tingle, feeling amazing. Just up in my wave, I want it contagious. Like I'm in a different space. I want you to be in my space with me. But then he's like, yo, fuck that bitch. But then he's like, nah, don't leave me alone. I'm just playing, bro. I'm just playing. Like, yo, like, yeah. Yo, why is this shit acting up? It gotta be me at this point, bro. I ain't even gonna blame you. Yo.
Nah, it's all good. It's your audio's perfect.
Nah,
way.
yeah. I'm not gonna mess with it.
Yeah, your audio's perfect either way.
All right.
Wait, well, go ahead. Transition real quick. Wait, I wanted to ask this question as well too.
At least transition.
I'm sorry, but I wanted to just ask this question because, like you said, you're not somebody who do drugs themselves, but you can speak on the situations how people use it. But
no, I not necessarily speak on situation how people use it. It's just I can speak on people around me because I'm an artist. I could paint a picture. It doesn't matter what picture.
You
I
step
paint.
in their shoes.
Yeah.
All right. So from your perspective, at what point would you say drinking, smoking, or any type of drugs that people do is a form of escapism?
At what point?
Mm-hmm. Is it right away?
I'll tell you this, but it's probably a lot deeper than this. The point where doing drugs or like let's not do doing drugs. The point where switching, trying to like cave in your feels to avoid being outside where it hurts is the point where you're ODing. Cause I see my friends smoke a lot. We in the club, be smoking, but then when niggas is high. That's when you're overdoing it. When it's overdose, that's when it's an escape. The healing process is just a transition phase, bro.
Facts.
That's like at one point are you truly in love, like when you're deeply in love. Like when you feel like that person is the person you want to spend the rest of your life with.
I've only been in love once.
I can't say fully I've been in love, but like I feel like I've experienced love for a certain amount, like a glimpse of like deeply in love.
Nah, fuck all of that.
I've been in love a couple times. That shit hurts.
How well have you been loved growing up?
It's a good question, and just to put it straight out there, like my family is everything. Like they loved me. I felt love throughout my whole childhood from my father, my mother, my siblings. But I said it's a good question because, like I said, music takes you back in time. There's some things like once I love something, I can never get over. There's a moment in my life where I feel like I was the happiest, and then it transitioned to my darkest times, and that's what I'm gonna speak about in my music. And that's something I'm trying to overcome now. I would say I've overcome it, and I'm comfortable enough to speak on it in my music. And I'm comfortable enough to record the music and feel like, you know what, I'm going to put it out. Fuck it. Because like I was having a conversation with one of my bros, and he said, bro, you put too much feelings in your song. I'm like, fuck it. Like, ever since something happened, I promised to never cave in my feels. Because it never helped. Like I told, like we were saying, like the part where you feel the escape is when you're like overdoing it. Like when you're deep into like trying to be high, and you're super high, and you're high all the time, every day. You spend all your money on being high. That's when it's an escape. But then escape to what?
To then doing it again.
Escape to nowhere.
That's what I'm saying. Doing it again.
Exactly.
And then the day you start being high, it's either your life is fucked than it was before,
or you're better.
or you got to start all over again.
That's what I'm saying. To me,
never
it's
escape
only
a
a
problem.
start over.
Yeah. Because the moment you stop, let's say like you lost your job and you started fucking smoking or whatever, let's say you lose somebody and you started drinking, you don't start moving on. And there's no healing from losing somebody, by the way. Let's just throw that
There,
out.
you never heal.
Yeah.
You just learn to process it better as you go
Healing is
on.
a term that they use to make you feel better.
It's a feel-good term.
But it's not. The only thing that heals is wounds. And even wounds leave scars.
Facts.
But like anything that's mental never heal. If you ever experience depression, if you ever experience a heartbreak, you will never heal from it. But there are better days that would come.
That's why I say sometimes when certain things are meant to break you, but it doesn't mean you're broken forever. It just show the signs that you've been broken,
Exactly.
but you're becoming something better. It's kind of like a phoenix rising from its ashes.
Like, okay, let me ask you a question now. You have a chance to speak to God. Do you believe in God? Something. Okay.
All right,
If you have an opinion on this,
simplistically speaking, I do believe in a higher being.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, you do believe. Do you believe in God? This is a question for you too. If you could ask God something, if you could have a conversation with God, what's one thing that you would focus on? You go first. Don't overthink this.
I already got it.
All right, go ahead.
How much of a reflection am I of him?
Okay, you.
What's the purpose of life?
Those are good questions. But if you ask me, like, if I get a chance to talk to God, what would I ask him?
What would you ask
What
him?
would the conversation be about? I'll just be like, thank you. That's it. Because God doesn't give. It tests you. It gives
made me
you,
feel like a
before it gives
dickhead.
you before it gives you a lesson.
You made me feel shit about my answer.
Cause no, it's not about
I
feeling
know
shitty.
that. I'm just talking shit.
Because here's the thing. I'm a Muslim, and I do my best to practice the Islamic religion. It requires a lot of discipline. It's hard to like practice it, especially if you have a lot going on in your life. But you always make time. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
It's
isn't
like-
that when people turn to the Muslim religion the most, when they have the most going on in their life? From what I've seen.
No, I'm not saying like
Not you
trouble.
specifically. Not
Yeah,
you
yeah, I
specifically.
understand.
I'm just talking about like a general thing.
Yeah. It's not. I'm not talking about like going on like trouble. Like, let's say you work 12-hour shifts. Well, where is the time to pray? You have to pray 5 times a day as a Muslim. Let's say you have so much jobs and you have so much responsibility. Sometimes it falls out. It's not everybody can make time with their life. And in the Quran, it's like you're supposed to make time for God, but like there's just certain realities. It's impossible. Imagine having a single mother of like 4 kids and like you trying to make the prayers every time and you still gotta go work and your boss is like, nah, you
Yeah.
can't leave. You know what I'm saying? So it's like certain situations you can't do that. But like going back to my answer, why I would say thank you is because I believe in like. Ever since I was young, this is the first, not the first, but this was my go-to quote or saying in Al Quran. It's Hinna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. It's like we come from Allah and one day we shall return to him. So he gives and take. So I would not ask him anything about life because life is him and he is life. I would just be thankful for life.
Dust to
I'll be
dust, ash
grateful.
to ashes.
I'll be grateful for everything. And it's only because of the experience, the things I've experienced, the lessons it's given me after a test.
Do you believe that there's uncertainty in not knowing?
I believe sometimes not knowing is the best thing. It's the best answer. It's like a lot of people are in different situations. This applies to different situations. You could be in a situation where it's like you need a solution, but sometimes the solution is not to find a solution. That's why I'm like, yo, you know what? I'm not worried about moving on from my relationship. I'm not worried about like moving on from like love.
I'm just here to live. You know,
Whatever
experience.
happens.
Yeah.
This is how I experience it.
Yeah.
Let me just go through it.
Yeah. Like I'm never afraid to like face a problem. I'm never afraid to take a risk. I'm never afraid of a competition. Like there's a lot of things that like I'm not afraid of. Like I do things from like an angle of like, you know what? Let's do it. Let's do it intensely. If we're gonna do it, let's not just talk about it. Let's do it intensely.
If you grew up in America, do you think you still think this way?
No. But if I grew up in Nigeria, I probably wouldn't think this way either. Reason why I don't make Afrobeats.
So that's why having you coming at the age that you came here is actually more significant than it comes off of how your music is the way it is today.
Yes.
So that I was actually had that question. I was just like, why not just do Afrobeats?
Because I am not just African. I am now African American. I solely represent Africa.
I'm gonna be honest with you. You're the first African that even said anything close to them being African American.
Yeah, the reason why I said I'm not African American is because as much as being a Nigerian is part of my culture and it's part of who I am, living in America is also being part of who I am. Like I said, racism, something as simple as that. Being able to like learn to survive, what to do and what not to do, how to stay out of trouble, what friends to make and what friends not to make, when to get away from when niggas is topping tables, because you know it's about to stop. Shots about to start flying. When to not throw dice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's part of who I am now. So like I'm not just African anymore. Like if I was African, I wouldn't be able to speak fluently like this. Like the cultural difference make me different person because I was able to apply both cultures. Like I said, I'm doing music. That's something a lot of African Americans would do, or like Black Americans, or like Americans in general would do. But then, I also have a degree in biochemistry. Not a lot of people do that. A lot of people, when they find like their passion in something, they just chase their passion. For me, I wanted a balance. It's something I've always wanted when I was little, is to be a doctor. If I say fuck it, I don't want to do music today, I'm on the path to still be a doctor.
Because if you happen to divert any day, you never stopped.
I still have. I never, like I told you, like anything I do intensely. I compete intensely. I do everything intensely, African. But not at any cost.
You're a true African.
Yes.
Like I'm being dead.
I don't know what you mean by that.
Everything that you're saying right now, I see that in my cousin-in-law, and you're a fucking true African. Like, you're dead ass. Like, I'm not gonna waste my money in it now, nigga. I'm gonna find a way to make it work for me later, nigga. Or I'm gonna make it work for what I'm doing in life now.
Exactly.
I'm gonna find a way to find benefit of what I put time in before I'm doing what I'm now.
Yes. So going back to that, like, I'm the type of person, like, I don't care what you're doing, bro. You could, like, let's say we're playing, let's do music. Like, I believe music, I'm competing with everybody. Niggas don't like to say they do competition. Like, bro, you better work hard, because I'm working hard.
Iron sharpens iron.
Like, I'm telling Drake, like, yo, nigga, you gonna pass the touch.
I'm coming for the
If you don't pass the touch, I'll take it.
Facts.
Because I'm working hard. So it's a competition. We don't do rivalries, though.
That's how them UK niggas be talking, yo.
What?
That's how them UK niggas be talking. I swear. Them niggas be coming with all the smoke. They want all the smoke, but it's like with respect at the same time.
Yeah, bro.
But they're just letting you know, nigga, I ain't here to just wait for you to hand it to me, nigga.
Nah,
if you ain't listening, I'm gonna take that shit before you even realize.
Like, you know what Tupac said? When we start knocking on the door and they don't open the door, when we come back again, we're gonna start banging on the door. And when we banging on the door, they can't hear us, we're gonna start kicking it down. And next thing you know, we're looking for bazooka. Because we gonna get in no matter what. And that's why I always tell my niggas, listen, we're competing to win intensely, but not at any cost.
Not at any cost.
Not at any cost.
I'm not gonna
if
lose.
If it costs me my
things.
peace, I would not do it. Like, if I feel like I'm chasing music, I'm passionate about it, and I'm really putting my all in it, but I can't find peace in it, that might be a moment for me to say, you know what, this is not something peaceful for me. It doesn't have to do with like war, like gang rivalries, all that, but just peace. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so let me
inner
ask
peace.
you this question real quick. Fuck, I lost it. Fuck.
Yeah, let me finish the thing then. So it's like, when I'm doing something, when I say like we in this music, we're competing intensely, we don't do no rivalries. I don't think you're my rivals, but just know, if you're working music and you're putting something out, I'm putting something out to be number one. If you're not putting something out to be number one, then you're not a competition.
Facts.
If you want to be number one, then you're a competition. I'm not rivaling with you, though.
Meaning, but we in competition.
You want to know the difference between rivalry and competition?
What's the difference?
Comparisons. And you know what comparison does?
The death of all individuals.
It's the killer of joy.
Facts.
And what did I tell you about not at any cost? Well, not at the cost of what?
Not at losing your peace.
Yes. And what's peace? Joy and peace, right?
All right, so I got my question back now.
Yeah.
So, just for wording purposes, do you believe in making sacrifices for your art?
Always. I'm here because I made a sacrifice today. I might not talk about it right now, but there's a lot of sacrifices that got me here today. Not in general like life, but just in this room. Yeah, I made sacrifices to be here.
Both of us. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. Because I was gonna ask, because you said you don't believe in like basically anything costing your peace, but it's like
it's the level. I'm at peace here. Like, I feel like I could express myself. This is peaceful, even though I left something to be here. It's still peaceful.
It's like trading something for the other. It replaced what you thought you gave up.
It's not even replacing, bro. It's just I'm doing music. I'm competing in music. Anytime I do something, it's intensely. I'm doing this shit intensely, but I'm not gonna do it at any cost. Not at the cost of my peace. You know what I'm saying?
No, I get you.
If it's not making you happy,
yeah. Like, I'm here because I want to be here, but it doesn't mean there's no other places I could.
So even though you made sacrifices to be here, you didn't lose out on anything
because this is the goal.
Okay,
the life is the goal.
I'd just like to reiterate, just for our slow audience's attention.
Yeah.
Facts.
That's why, like, something I noticed is, like, going back to breaking down the lyrics is, like, I'm the type of person that I'll say something basic, but it'll fly over your head. Because, like, again, like, I'm not the type of nigga to give you a Kendrick Lamar bar. Because that's not how I grew up. I didn't grow up where niggas go bars for bars. I learned how to do that. I could do that.
But it's funny because
it's not who I am.
Things I should have said, when I listened to that, it reminded me of one of my favorite Kendrick bars. when he was like, I'm not, damn, what fuck was it? Basically, he is just saying, I'm in the center looking all around. It's to say, I'm not on one, I'm not outside looking in, I'm not inside looking out. I'm in the dead fucking center looking all around.
Exactly.
That, like, when you got into the end with the African proverbs, like, that's where I started thinking of, like, that deeper understanding of, yeah, you just gave me some bars, but now you're gonna break things down from your perspective.
And this is why the song is two sides. I'm glad you brought that up because I didn't get to talk about the other side. The whole first part is basically like me saying shit that, like, okay, you can understand, but not necessarily relate to. But then I'm gonna let you do. I'm not even gonna break it down. From the breakdown I did for the first part of, like, I lay flat on my back. Now go listen to the second verse. It's literally the explanation of that. So it's a mirror. I like to make mirror. Like, sometimes, like, when I'm making verses, it's like I make a mirror of a verse. Like, in one verse, like in Champagne Wishes, the verse I was talking about, like, being down and shit. And the second verse is a whole lit shit. Like, she is smoothie and I know. Better over when I hit it non-stop. Casamigo made it wet. When I finish, I'm a jet. I'm a savage, can't forget. And then going back to me saying, it's a lonely road when you aim for the shore. Lost my courage, no more caviar dreams. Champagne wishes, but it twist and turn. Kicking me down while I'm down on my knees. Pray for some love while I bond with the storm. Too many problems in my life. Can you believe, like, a verse like that is in the same song about Casamigo made it wet. When I finish, I'm a jet. It's like we saying, like, it's like you could knit something, but then I then it's like, I'm gonna thug it out. So, like, if you listen to my second verses, I usually thug it out in my second verses. It's like when I make songs, like, it's like I'd make a verse. Like, my first verse is, if you listen to all my songs, first verse is always the longest.
First of all, a lot of songs you come off, the first verse is really depressing.
Yeah, exactly. That's the point. I want to get you in a space where it's like, you know what, I could relate to this nigga, and then when I switch it up, you're like, you know what, I'm trying to be like this nigga.
Okay.
Because when I'm like,
I started here.
Because I'm
but
like,
now I feel like I'm really here now.
Yeah, because I'm like, I'm going to do the verses real quick. Lonely road when you aim for the shore. I lost my courage, no more caviar dreams. Champagne wishes, but it twist and turn. It's kicking me down while I'm down on my knees. Prayed for some love while I bond with the storm. Too many problems in my life. Too many friends turn to foe. Too many voices in my head. How many times do you feel all alone? How many times do you smoke to get high? How many times do you drown in your tears? I don't need no one. That's why I was like, I'm slowly losing me, but I'm holding on. And then the second round, I'm like, God, she a smoochie and I know. Been over when I hit it non-stop. Got some nigga made it way. When I finish, I'm a jet. I'm a savage, can't forget. It's like, I'm trying to tell you, like, I could relate to you, but then you're like, okay, this nigga's like, you know what? I feel the thing he's saying. And then it's like, yo, damn, bro, I'm trying to, like, finish in jet too. Like, Casamigo, I'm telling you, like, you give her one shot of tequila, she gonna give you her number. You give her 2 shots, she gonna come home with you. So, like, Casamigo make him wet.
All right, so to close it out, we're gonna start by asking you, first of all, if you were back in the 90s right now,
yeah,
and you get the opportunity to feature with one 90s artist, who's your first go-to?
I'm not too good with the hip hop history. I'm gonna be plain and simple. I do know
90s doesn't have to mean American 90s.
Oh shit, that's true.
Whatever 90s is good for you.
Yeah, this is us tapping into your culture now.
Yeah. But then again, I didn't get into music until I was a sophomore.
So you're just a late bloomer.
Like, I fuck with music, but, like, music was never a part of my life.
Never.
Until like, cause my sisters can sing, my mom can sing, my sister was in the choir. I used to go to church and I used to try to learn how to drum. But, like, music was never something. Like, I've always wanted to be a pilot. And all of a sudden, I got to America. They're like, "Oh, you want to be a doctor? Pilots don't make that much money." That's exactly what my dad told me. Like, it's like don't be a pilot because they don't make that much money. And
nah,
like,
you right though.
Yeah,
you don't really make that much money.
And I'm like, yeah, you know what? I want to be a doctor now. So it's like my whole life has always been structured on, like, I want to be making money in, like, a family type of
a good job.
Tell me you're African without telling me you're African.
Yeah, exactly, bro. So going back to your question, I'll answer your question based on niggas I started fucking with now.
Yes.
If I could make
like
a song
where you
with
stand
somebody
in life right now.
Yeah, if I can make it somebody right now, if I can make a song with somebody right now, I think I would. Okay, let's do 90s between, like, 2000 and, like, 10. Between 1990s.
Whoever.
Yeah. I honestly think I would pick Akon because I love Akon when I was younger. It's like, Akon. Two-Face, Mr.
Smack
Media.
that all on the floor. Smack
I didn't even
that.
know what that shit mean until like I started going. I was like, yo, this nigga was really fucking. I should not be singing this song, bro. When I was little, I had no business singing that song. However, I do think if I was to like really not be biased and really want to do a genuine song with somebody, I think I'd say Tupac. But Akon was like one of my favorite artists.
So we going with Tupac?
Yeah.
Okay. Where would it be? Where would you record this?
This could be a modern studio.
Wherever in the world.
I think if I'm making a song with Tupac, I need something like cocky or confident. So like it'd probably be in like a basement. I would want to do it in like a basement.
Who's the engineer? Who's producing it?
My engineer.
What's his name? Come on, could you at least shout the motherfucker out? Yeah, my engineer. Yeah, he know who he is.
Yo, my guy Alex got to do it. Alec got to do it. Sorry, Alec.
Okay, so what kind of beat are we going for? If you can describe the perfect beat for that collab, what beat are you going for?
The main song would be, I would take the hook, I'll take the first verse, and I'll take the second verse. So the structure would be on some Tins I should have said type feel. So sing, and then he's gonna, like at the end of Tins after the proverb, I was rapping like, he would do that in the middle. Come back with the hook is like, take my pain away, cause like Tupac gonna fuck with that.
Yeah.
Take my pain away, stay with me, don't walk away, and then I'm gonna go back to the whole proverb thing. But then I'm not gonna do the proverb. Tupac gonna do the proverb. And then at the end of it, I'm probably gonna do an outro to like, I lay flat on my back, saying I'm on spaceship. Just like, I can't let that nigga out. So I gotta finish it off strong, bro. I gotta be one to finish it strong. But I think the structure would be like a emotional chorus. Tupac talk about some shit, and then the emotional chorus come back, and then Tupac it's kind of like the diss track,
Yeah.
Like it's like, we're gonna kill all you motherfuckers. Make sure all y'all kids don't grow. Some shit like that.
Yeah, my fofo gonna make sure all y'all kids don't grow.
Somebody, you little retarded motherfucker. That's the energy I would want him to put in a proverb. Like in the way he did, like, when we knocking on the door and they don't open the door, we're gonna come in the next day banging on it, like some shit like that, and like that standards. So that's what the first verse I want him to talk the same way he rap in like that diss track, and then the second verse would be like him talking, and at the end I'll bring the hook, and then I'll finish it with like my state, because it's my song.
Are you strategic as fuck? You literally broke that down detail for detail, bro.
That's how I make songs, bro.
All right, so keep going now. We're gonna keep going, right? You have one?
I don't have one right now. No. Keep
going.
Go.
All right, so Tupac pulls out a fatty to roll up. He rolled a fatty. And he was like, yo, for us to really create some masterpiece right now, you got to take ahead of this. Are you smoking with Tupac?
Damn, that's crazy because I'll be dead. But I don't know, bro. I've never made music bro. So I don't know where my creativity lives. I might just fall asleep after that. I say, you know what, bro? Take another hit from me, bro. Because I don't know what the fuck.
You don't know what's going to happen?
I might not be able to think. Because like me, I'm all hands on my craft. I do like my engineer do the engineering work, but I do the production part. It's like, yo, nah, do this, do that. Take it out. I don't like that shit. That shit sound like, oh, that shit's good. No, it sounds bad, bro. Take it out.
Okay.
So if I'm high, I might be paranoid. And it's like, oh shit. Stop.
You're already paranoid and you're not high.
I was about to say, you might just delete the whole song. All right, it's quiet. All right.
I want to do something with these niggas. Nah, bro. I wouldn't be able to do it high, bro. I'd pass on that.
All right.
Drink with him, though. I'll take a couple shots.
What you drinking with him? It's like you got to make a good impression. This Tupac. The first thing the first thing y'all pop open, you want him to be like, I fuck with this nigga. He know how to drink. What you drinking?
Shit, I'm not a drinker, so I can't even tell you a good drink. But I'll probably say like.
But you drinking?
Yeah. Some tequila.
What kind?
Probably Patron, 1942. Probably. Yeah.
Ooh.
1942, because he's gonna be like, yo, that nigga get to eat.
You sure you don't drink?
Real niggas, I be drinking though.
And something, you sure you don't drink?
He said, I be drinking.
I be drinking, but like. Okay, so when I was in college, like I get caught many times I drink in college, but like ever since like 2021 and shit, like I've been drinking a lot more.
You're a fucking nerd.
Nah, not really, bro.
A little bit.
Nah, bro.
A little bit.
I'm not a nerd, bro.
Nah, I'm not saying it in a bad way.
Nah, I know what you mean by like,
yeah.
a nerd, but like I feel like You know how like niggas say like there's two versions of them? Like there's a version of me that's Young King and there's a version of me that's real me.
Okay, so what's wrong with being a street nerd?
I'm not.
You're a hood nerd.
I don't know.
A nerd from the struggles.
Hey. Hey, man, listen.
A nerd that fuck bitches.
Hey. That part. Why you thinking that nerd sound cool? So yeah, that part.
That's what I'm saying. Nerds are winning today, nigga. And plus, there ain't nothing wrong with actually knowing. Ain't nothing wrong with knowing.
Nerds be the ones who go and get money later in life.
We changed the world, bro.
Facts.
Yeah, bitches want to fuck with us in the long run because they know why. We gonna have money.
But here's the thing, though. We don't fuck with bitches, though. Just because you go waste out all that fucking body count on them don't mean you gonna settle with me.
Fact.
Not me. Try somebody else.
All right, boy. I have just one last question for anything real quick with that being said. What is the highest body count a girl can have for you to not fuck with her?
What you mean fuck with her? Like sleep with her?
Nah, like take her serious.
Relationship.
Bro. I want to be honest, but then the honesty comes
With a price?
lot of mental challenge, bro. With an honest truth, if I'm being honest and plain simple, bro, body count don't matter to me, bro. But then when I start to think about how many niggas you like, fuck.
It does not matter, right? I feel what you say. It don't matter
Until it matters.
until somebody say something about it.
Shit, bro, because I know when you fucking me, ain't no nigga gonna fuck you like you fuck me. Don't get me wrong, I'm confident enough to know I'm irreplaceable. I'm humble enough to know. I'm humble enough to know I'm replaceable. I'm confident enough to know you ain't gonna find nobody better.
Facts.
You could find another nigga.
But they don't be me.
There's a lot of niggas like me. That's why I'm scared of bitches. Because I know what a nigga like me will do to a bitch when they get a hold of her. So it's like, the body count don't really mean shit. But then it's like, when I start to think of it, and I'm fucking you calling me daddy, it's like, how many niggas you don't like, bro, chill with that shit. And then you do something out of pocket, I get mad for no reason. It's
It's because where you learn that from?
It's like, wait, why you suck dick that good?
Bro, forget that shit, bro. She's like, I swallowed. Bitch, I bet you do.
Like, how many you swallowed before?
This is not the first time.
She's like, I ain't tired yet. Bitch, how many niggas teach you how to not be tired?
Facts. Like, what did you go through to not be tired?
Right?
You weren't born with this endurance.
So I'm talking about like your body count is 15. I know that bitch like 35, like 40.
What J. Cole said, if she said that shit 5, you gotta multiply that shit by 3.
It depends on who she is, though.
I don't think any girl is honest about their body count until you're really comfortable with them.
I think so. I've been lied
From the jump?
I've been lied to about body count, and then I know like that's a lie because like you telling me about this body count, and like I know niggas you fucked. Like,
I don't ask your body count because I know you're gonna lie. I just wait to see how many. I just wait to see how many niggas look like they fucked
like
you.
This, bro. Like I'm a lover boy. Like I could fuck with mad bitches, and like I'm fucking with you, but I like you the best. So you're the one I love. You're the one I tell you to come sleep over.
He's a dark skinned Drake.
like facts, bro. Like it's like I could have like for example, let's say I have 5 bitches right now. I could have one of them that's like my favorite person. You know, like
I respect it.
But it's like, bro, listen, don't trip, bro. I be fucking other bitches because I be saying that straight up. Like, you don't want to leave, you don't want to stay cool. Like, you're not thing, but like, you know, like I fuck with you. So like, I'd ask you what your body count is. Like that other bitch, I'm like texting and she's like, you don't even text me that much. I ain't gonna ask her body count. I don't give a fuck.
You can only get away with shit like that now because being dark skinned is in.
Yeah.
That's the only way you can get away.
Facts, bro. Like no cap. But going back to the whole body count thing, though, I only ask because I genuinely care about my heart, bro. Like,
I care about
you
my penis too.
You actually asked the body count?
I swear to God, bro. But
Are you a brave nigga?
Bro, I swear to God, it don't matter though. Like,
so why you ask?
No. I'm talking about the high or lows. It don't matter.
Nah, depending on how high that bitch is.
Nah, I was about to say, you said it don't matter.
50, I was gonna say 50.
Crazy. But then again,
10 is crazy.
But then again, like if I'm gonna be real, bro, like if I don't know them 10 niggas, it's cool. Like,
that's what makes it so scary. I don't know them 10 niggas.
But that's not
But do
scary.
I even want to know them 10 niggas?
Let me talk about like the body count real quick for you, bro. Here's why body count don't matter to me, bro. So let's say there's a bitch named A, there's a bitch named B. Bitch A have 10 body counts. And bitch B, that's bad name, bitch B. But okay, let's say number 1 has 5 body counts.
One and A.
Yeah. One has 5 body count. The second one has 3 body counts. The one with the 5 body counts, you don't know none of her body. You know who she is. She told you about them. In this case, let's say you believe her, right? She tell you about her body count. And then 2 only has 3 body count. She has 2 boyfriend. for like a long time. So let's say she's like 24 now, and like you're like 24, and she has two boyfriends. Like, okay, obviously, like she's allowed. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like, it is what it is. Two niggas, like you're not even fucking them. They're your boyfriend, so it's like it's important. But then she fucks somebody you know. Who you gonna go for? Let's say they're the same person, no difference at all. There's no difference between these bitches. They both perfect and they're both your dream girl. One has 5 body counts that you don't know none of them niggas. She told you about them niggas. You seen them niggas. Like it's like, okay, yeah. Let's say she been in 5 relationships. None of them niggas you know, but like she told you about them. So they do everything. And then the other one only has 3 body count, but it's like the other nigga is like somebody you know type shit, and like you would run into in like a
that
club.
makes it worse.
So who would you pick now?
The girl I don't know nothing about.
Exactly, which is why body count don't really matter. But then when I start thinking about them 5 niggas,
I'm shallow.
Yo, I'm telling you, when I start thinking about them 5 niggas, it's like, yo, that's
like, what made you fuck him?
All I'm saying,
that's what bro, you just like me, bro. It's like, yo, bro, like this nigga's ugly, bro.
Yes,
like, bro, why do you
let him touch you?
Like that?
You
nigga?
probably sucked this dick too.
Like, bro, I be thinking,
That's exactly what you said. Bomba clock, my girl. You're not saying
I be
freaky
thinking like, yo, you know what? I wish I knew you early in life, bro. Cause
wish I got to you first.
Ain't no way you fuck this nigga. Like, okay, I get these nigga. Like he got this going on, but this nigga,
like he wear leather pants.
like, bro, this nigga, like, I won't even doubt this nigga up. Come on,
80-degree weather.
She's like, oh, he looks better when he was. Bitch, shut up.
Nah, nigga, that nigga look the same.
I feel like here's the reason why body counts matters and why it doesn't matter. Cause to men, it's like a woman is like a price.
It's a temple.
In a way,
no, it is.
I don't want to put. I don't want to put that kind of label on film. That's a whole different conversation.
Regardless of how men move, though, and it's part of how our ambitions are.
Here's why body count matter. For anybody that's listening, I'm gonna tell you this, bro.
Make this your closing word. Make this the closing words. Go ahead.
I'm gonna talk to the ladies here real quick, bro. Here's why niggas talk about body count in a certain way, and niggas see bitches with certain body counts in a different way. Imagine you go to a thrift store. Forget it. Imagine you go to the dealership. You're trying to buy 2 Toyotas. You've seen 2 Toyotas really like same car, same model, same year. One of them has 3 previous owners, and the other one has 1 previous owner. The mileage on the 3 previous owners is obviously much, and the other one that's only 1 previous owner doesn't have that much mileage. Same price, everything is the same. You love the car, it's the same car, no difference. Which one would you pick? Now, if you're smart, you'd pick the one with the less mileage, because first thing first, you probably not gonna run into a problem with it as you would with the other one with the higher mileage. You know when the person that owned that one car, they drove it however the fuck they want, compared to like those 5 people that drove that other car.
You have to take in consideration.
Yeah, that drove it however they want. They did whatever they wanted to do to that car. So now imagine you pull up with that car to like a function, and then you see somebody that's like, yo, that used to be my car. I used to drive that bitch everywhere, drive that bitch to New York. I did all that. How would that make you feel, bro?
How did he get in here? The door is fucking locked. Yeah, man, that's what he deserves.
Yeah. So here's the thing you gotta digest. How would you feel if you walk in a function and somebody's like, yo, or like 2 people is like, yo, I used to own that car, bro. Like I used to take that car like on a drive, do whatever I want to do with that car. And that's exactly how niggas feel about like body count and bitches.
One person is cool, but 2 people's weird.
Like it's like, bro, like
honestly, I'm the type of nigga that like I don't even want to like. It's like I don't even want to work in a place where somebody owns the car I used to own, because then you could think about how well the car drive or how bad the car drive. And that's what fucks with me. It's not the fact that the person owned the car before. It's the fact that like they did whatever they wanted with the car, and the car was fine. Because it was
theirs.
Yeah, the car was fine with it. But now, but now you mind. So like, it ain't nothing really new to you. Because if you want shorty, then you suck dick before. You ride dick before, like you did all the nasty, because you ain't no fucking.
I'm 30. If you ever come to me and say, I ain't never do this before, I'm like, bitch, get the fuck out.
Yeah, so it's really not a problem. Like we still appreciate y'all bitches with like the body count that fits in whoever's level of standards or whatever, but like it's really like the thought of it that like kills niggas, bro. It's not really that you fucked a lot of niggas. I like the reason behind it, and like me thinking about like, damn, bro, she did all that with that nigga.
I mean, all I would say is, if I'm gonna deal with you in the future, please suck dick before you deal with me.
You gonna be struggling.
I don't want to be the first dick you suck.
Nah, they be capping it.
I don't.
Terrible.
I don't. Even if you're not good at it yet, I don't want to be the first dick you suck.
Nah, I want to be the first. I don't know what he's talking about, bro. Keep your virginity for me.
I don't know. Maybe because I'm 30.
Nah. I get what you're saying. I feel like
because I'm 30. Nigga, I know as a 30-year-old, I'm not gonna meet another 30-year-old that never sucked dick before.
Nah, true. Like the older you grow, the more wiser you get, and the more mature the level you.
Or the more loose you get with your convictions.
Yeah, exactly. Nah, on some real shit. It's funny, but it's real. It's real. So it's like at the end of the day, bro, it don't matter what your body count is. It matters how you carry yourself and like what you did in your past. And to some niggas, it don't even matter what your body count is, because some niggas looking to settle. But a nigga like me, I know I got
to
choices.
this young king right here, it don't matter.
It don't matter.
Body count don't matter.
Shallow motherfucker right here.
Bro, you gotta listen.
Take into consideration.
Nah. Body count don't matter until I start thinking about the body count though. On some real shit.
It's who you
but
fuck.
I still
if I
want to
find
know.
That you fuck somebody that shouldn't have let you touch, you shouldn't have touched you. Now I start questioning.
Okay,
shit.
what if it's only one person she fucked that you
Then if that nigga shouldn't have touched you, I question it.
I don't know,
you fuck
bro.
one person don't mean it's that person you should have got
like
touched.
For me, deep down, I know it don't matter, but like niggas think about shit like that, bro.
I do
that
too.
shit fuck with you, bro.
Yeah.
I do too.
It fuck with you because you're like, yo, my bitch used to belong to another nigga, and then she let this nigga fuck one time, and that nigga didn't even have to speak that much game. Y'all just left the
I mean,
club,
honestly, I did with a girl knowing that there's a slight chance her asshole's been penetrated.
On that note, you got any closing words for people?
Yo, I go by the name of Young King with Big Dreams, aka Young King BD. You can find me on all platforms at YOUNGKINGBD. The Young King is
a must.
As simple as it is. The BD stands for Big Dreams. My dreams are bigger than vacation. I was talking about it the other day. My dreams are bigger. One day I'm gonna win a Grammy, and that's for sure.
Facts, because y'all bitches fuck with niggas with fucking smaller dreams than me.
Facts.
Yeah.
Tell them, bro.
I'm just saying. Think about that. Think about how small them niggas' dreams are.
I mean, some bitches do cover Young King with big, you know. We ain't gonna talk about that, but that's a story for another day.
Thank you guys for coming here. I had a fucking great time. This is absolutely amazing.
Appreciate
and honestly,
you, bro.
before I say, this is one thing I say before I close is, this episode shows how well you can go from your original native language to that American speaking way. Like, you shift back and forth so fucking well back here. And there's times you got so comfortable that you couldn't even switch. It didn't even matter. The African just came out so fucking
yeah, bro. Like that's one thing about. Sorry for cutting you off. One thing about me when I was learning the lingo and like learning how to speak fluently as an American is like I never wanted to lose my
African.
Yeah, so like when I get home, like I don't talk like an American. I just talk like in like the regular language and the regular language. I'm waiting this up. Like,
Wait. What language do you guys specifically speak from your region in Africa?
Okay, my ethnic group is Yoruba. So we speak Yoruba.
Oh, like
Yoruba?
Like the Americans would say Yoruba.
Oh, so it's Yoruba.
That's how the Americans say it, right?
American would say Yoruba.
Yeah, all right.
How do you say it?
YORUBA.
YOURUBA.
Yep, I know exactly what you're talking about because I've actually felt like I've actually had conversation with a cousin who've learned that our family ancestors actually came from the Yoruba religion.
I could get the vibe. I get the vibe.
We gonna talk.
Nah, facts.
But what you had?
No, we good.
All right. And
How the fuck?
before we get anywhere as well, so we gotta get some and take some more drinks. It's Weed and Whiskey Podcast. Follow that man right there. He makes amazing music. He's fucking dope as a fucking person. Yo, on some real shit, after listening to him tonight, how could you not want to go listen to his fucking music? I don't understand that. If you don't want to listen to his music after him tonight, you're a hater. Straight up. No questions.
Facts.
I'm
How you spend all this time watching this old shit and you don't feel like listening? Come on now.
This nigga's fire, not even just as an artist, but just as a person. On some real shit. That's enough to just want to support him. On some real shit, yo. But y'all know the fucking drills. We done Whiskies 2023. And the only way to fucking do it.
Wait. Subscribe.
Go subscribe right now. We done Whiskey on YouTube.
Facts.
And
Go
we
subscribe.
do Whiskey everywhere else.
Everywhere
Subscribe.
else. TikTok, Instagram, go follow.
Everywhere.
TikTok, follow. Twitter,
Everywhere.
follow.
Subscribe.
If you don't follow your bitch ass nigga or your bitch ass bitch.
And don't be a bitch ass nigga.
Don't be a bitch ass bitch.
That's facts.
Now, Shane.
And it's 2023. The only way to fucking do it, please grab her by the pussy with consent. Thank you. Be amazing.
Peace out, bitches.
Be great.